James Warren was a man of numbers, logic, and ruthless efficiency. As the CEO of a large corporation, he was known for his cold decisions, cutting costs, downsizing teams, and pushing for profits. Last month, he'd approved a round of layoffs, barely glancing at the list of names. To him, it was business. But to the people affected, it was their life falling apart. That chilly morning, James was hurrying down the bustling city street, wrapped in his designer overcoat, lost in emails on his phone. Meetings. Deadlines. Profits. His life was a constant race. But then, something unusual made him pause. A small, hand-painted cardboard sign leaned against a lamp post. The words were shaky but clear, "Puppy for sale." Beside the sign stood a little girl, no older than 5. Her coat was too thin for the cold, her woolen cap slightly crooked. In her mitten-clad hands, she held the leash of a fluffy, golden puppy who wagged its tail with innocent excitement. The scene was so out of place amidst the glass towers and honking taxis that James stopped walking, curious despite himself. As their eyes met, the little girl took a hesitant step forward. Her big brown eyes were filled with something James hadn't seen in years, pure, honest hope. "Please, buy our puppy," she whispered, her voice trembling, but not from the cold. For a moment, James was speechless. He crouched down, instinctively reaching out to pet the soft bundle of fur. The puppy licked his hand, tail wagging as if trying to break through the man's guarded heart. "What's your name, little one?" he asked, his tone softer than he'd expected. "Emily," she replied. "And this is Muffin." "Why are you selling Muffin, Emily?" he asked, though the answer made his throat tighten before it even came. "My mommy lost her job. We can't keep Muffin. She said we need money for rent," Emily said simply, as if explaining why the sky was blue. James felt a strange twist in his chest. The puppy, the sign, the cold pavement, it wasn't right. A child shouldn't be standing here, trying to sell her only friend. "Where is your mommy now?" he asked, trying to steady his voice. "She's at home, looking for work. She cried last night," Emily added, as if it was a normal thing for mothers to do. James felt the ground shift beneath him. He'd made 1,000 decisions from his office, never once thinking about the faces behind those names. But here, right in front of him, was one of those names. A human life. A mother. A child. And a puppy being sold to survive. A chilling suspicion crept into his mind. "What's your mommy's name, Emily?" "Sarah Bennett," she said, her little fingers tightening on Muffin's leash. It hit him like a punch. Sarah Bennett. She had worked in the customer relations department. A single mother. Her name had been on that layoff list. He had signed her termination letter without a second thought. James stood up slowly, his gaze lingering on the small, brave figure of Emily. The weight of his actions settled heavily on his shoulders. Taking a deep breath, he knelt again, looking Emily in the eyes. "Emily, how much are you selling Muffin for?" Emily's eyes sparkled with fragile hope. "Mommy said, maybe $100. But we can take less. We just need enough for this month." James smiled gently. "I'll give you $100, but Muffin stays with you." Her brows furrowed in confusion. "But, then what are you buying?" "I'm buying something very important, Emily. I'm buying the chance to fix a mistake." He pulled out his phone and made a call. "Linda, cancel my meetings for the next hour. And get HR on the line. I need to reverse a termination." "Yes, immediately." Turning back to Emily, he said, "Tell your mommy that Mr. Warren wants to see her at the office tomorrow. There's a job waiting for her. Better than before." Emily's face lit up with a smile that could melt the coldest heart. She lunged forward and hugged him tightly. "Thank you, Mr. Mommy will be so happy." For the first time in years, James felt warmth, not from the sun or his expensive coat, but from within. He realized success wasn't measured in quarterly reports but in moments like these. Before he left, James pulled out his wallet and handed Emily an envelope. "This isn't for Muffin. This is to help your mommy until she starts work again. Promise me Muffin stays with you." Emily nodded vigorously, her cheeks flushed with joy. As James walked away, the city seemed different. The noise softer, the air warmer, the people more human. He'd spent years chasing numbers, but it took a little girl's whisper and a puppy named Muffin to remind him of the real value of kindness. The next day, Sarah Bennett arrived at the office, her eyes red but her posture proud. James personally welcomed her back, offering not just a job, but a sincere apology. The gesture echoed through the company, inspiring a wave of compassion-driven changes in policies and attitudes. From that day on, every decision James made carried a new weight, not of profit margins, but of human lives. And on his office desk, next to his awards and contracts, sat a small photo frame, a candid picture of Emily hugging Muffin, with a scribbled thank you note in crayon. It served as a daily reminder. Sometimes, it takes the smallest voice to awaken the biggest heart.